Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Spyder Sense Riding. My name is DJ. I'm the three-wheel Can-Am specialist here at Moto Member Select, and today I want to address one of the biggest questions that I've gotten over the past couple of years working in this industry, working for this dealership, and that is going to be, what is the best Spyder out there? Is it the RTC to Sky or is it the F3 Limited Special Series? And my answer is the same no matter how many times I hear it, and that is going to be neither. They are both the top of the line, flagship, most premium model for their respective platforms, and they share the same 5 exclusive upgrades right out the box, regardless if you go with the Sea to Sky or an F3 Limited Special Series. The only differences between these two bikes, those top of the line bikes, are going to be the respective platform that they are on. There are certain things that you get on the RT platform where you don't get on the F3 platform, and vice versa. You get some pretty cool stuff on the F3 platform where you don't get on the RT platform. But all together, they have the same 5 exclusive upgrades that separate both models from the lower trim models in their platform. So for example, the base RT and the RT Limited do not come standard with some of the stuff or the 5 things that the RTC to Sky has. Same thing on the F3 side. The F3S, the F3T, and the F3 Limited do not come standard with some of the 5 exclusive upgrades that are only on the F3 Limited Special Series. The only difference is going to be the platform itself. So when it comes down to choosing which model you should be going with, it should be based off 3 things and 3 things alone. And that is going to be the most important, in my opinion, is fitment. Which bike fits you the best? If you can't reach a brake pedal, or if the brake pedal is too close, there could be some reasons why that is the case. So making sure that you can fit the bike should be your top priority. The second thing is going to be utilization. How do you plan to use this bike in the long term and in the short term? The third thing is going to be your body style, because that's going to determine your seating position. One bike you sit on top of the bike, the other bike you sit in the bike. But those are the 3 things that you really need to prioritize first before you determine, okay, I already know I want the top of the line. I already know I want the most flagship, the most bells and whistles, but determining which bike fits you the best, how you plan to use it, and then what is my seating position that makes me feel most comfortable should help you determine which direction you go. RTC to Sky or the F3 Limited Special Series. It's almost like me asking you, who is better, Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan? They are both the top of the line performers in their field, but they do 2 different things. They are great at what they do, specifically what they do. I don't know about you, but I do not know if I want Michael Jordan to pick up a microphone and hit the dance floor. And I don't know if I want Michael Jackson to pick up a basketball and join the NBA. They are not good at what they don't do. Like I said, Michael Jordan is great at basketball. Michael Jackson is good at singing and dancing. I don't know if you really want to make them swap, because they're probably not going to excel in that field. Same thing when it comes down to the RT and the RTC to Sky and the F3 Limited Special Series. They are good at what they do, and you have to fit that bike specifically. So some of the 5 exclusive upgrades that you get right out the box that Can-Am says, hey, you're looking at the bells and whistles, the top of the line, the most exclusive bike. Let me give you these 5 things here. That is going to be a unique colorway. So both this RTC to Sky and the F3 Limited Special Series have a unique colorway that comes out every year that kind of says, hey, I'm a Sea to Sky or I'm a Special Series. The second thing is going to be an upgraded RIN package. The third thing is going to be a comfort seat for both the driver and the passenger. I've gotten questions on, I know, not questions, but a lot of people think in their head that the Sea to Sky is the only model that has an upgraded seat. That is not the case. It does have an upgraded seat, but so does the F3 Limited Special Series, and Can-Am took it a step further, and they focused a little bit more detail oriented by having some exclusive stitching on the seats itself. But that is number 3. The fourth thing is going to be a driver backrest, and then the fifth thing is going to be, as of 2025, both bikes will come with a backup camera. So a pretty cool upgrade, a nice technology piece, a nice feature for both the Sea to Sky and the F3 Limited Special Series. But you get a colorway, you get an upgraded rim package, you get a comfort seat, you get a driver backrest, and then you also get a backup camera as of 2025. So now when it comes down to the differences, like I said before, it's just the difference between the platform itself, the RT platform and the F3 platform. I'm not going to go too in depth because there's quite a bit of different things that separate those 2 platforms, but just to kind of recap or highlight, the RTs have an electronic windshield. With the push of a button, the windshield goes up and it goes down, and that's a nice little feature. The RT, you sit on top of the bike. The F3s, you sit in the bike, so there's really no need for an electronic windshield when you already sit lower in the bike anyway. You already have plenty of wind deflection from the windscreen that you get. The RTs have a heated seat. The F3s do not have a heated seat. However, the F3s have the UFit system, which allows you to adjust the brake pedal in 5 different positions, which is super important when it comes down to fitting the bike correctly and comfortably. If you're tall, if you're short, that brake pedal can come in, it can go out. That way it fits you exactly the way it needs to be. The RTs have a long running floorboard, but again, there's certain limitations. If you can't reach that brake pedal or the brake pedal's too far out, even though you have floorboards, in my opinion, it's not going to be a good fit for you. That's where the F3 comes into play, where you can adjust that brake pedal. But these are some of the key differences between the platform itself as far as difference wise. But again, there is no difference between the top of the line Sea to Sky and the top of the line F3 Limited Special Series when it comes to those upgrades. So we need to make sure we understand that. As long as we understand getting fitted for the bike is important, knowing what we're going to be utilizing it for as far as priority wise. And then the third thing is just going to be making sure you're comfortable with the seating position. Once we can determine these three things, and you're looking for the top of line, the flagship, the most exclusive models, once we determine those 3 things, we can figure out exactly which direction we need to head from there. But guys, just like I said, I wanted to address the biggest question that I've gotten over the past couple of years on which bike is better. There's no answer to that. You have to figure out exactly how you're going to utilize it, what bike fits you, and then the seating position. Once we can figure that out, we know which direction we went ahead, guys. But thank you guys for watching. If this video was helpful in any way, if you had no idea this information was like that, please comment, let me know exactly which model that you went with and why. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.